We live.
We live. Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast. Actually, it was a home game tonight, too. I don't know if anybody noticed from the crowd, but it was a home game tonight. The Philadelphia Sixers lost in overtime to the New York Knicks. Philadelphia was out Joel Embiid. Knicks was down Cat Williams. We hung in there, played a tight game. For teams going in opposite directions right now, we hung in there. What you say?
Cat Towns.
What I say?
Cat Williams.
Oh, my bad. Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns, not the original. He didn't play tonight. He had his Eagles jersey. He had his Eagles hoodie on the first half. Then he switched it out after that. It was an exciting game. It was an exciting game. You know, Sixers get up, Philly get up when they play New York. New York get up and they come down when they play Philly. Listen, we know tickets are cheaper here, and the fans really Philly, man. We turning on our team right now. We a team in turmoil, but it still was an exciting game. Maxey had ended with 33. Paul George played a solid game. Edwards, the young kid, is up and coming, man. I like him. Nice game, rookie. Hopefully, we could develop him into a nice player. Help to fill some voids on this team. Help to contribute to this team. Who knows how long we ain't gonna have Joel Embiid? I don't know. Phil Evans, the tank is not on yet. Nah, I don't know. I lean toward this team should tank myself, but exciting game. It was a nice game tonight, though. Tim, your thoughts?
Before I be critical, because I do want to take some time to talk about Joel, but I want to talk about
me too. I don't want to jump on you right now.
So right now I want to say about the game. It was a nice effort as far as trying to come back. We did play a back-to-back. We played a big OKC team, number one team in the league last night.
Listen, that's not a back-to-back. Maxey and Paul George didn't play, so
I mean, but the others did. The other fellas did, and they gave their all, and you saw the effort. I do like the young boy Justin Edwards. I think he's up and coming. Keep an eye. He kind of remind me of the guy y'all got on your team, McBride, a little bit. They both can get to the basket. They both can shoot. So let's see what they do. Knicks is still deep. They got
in the show.
Brunson is that dog, man. Brunson is kind of where I want Max's game to go. Brunson has
they different styles. They different styles, though. You know what I don't like about Maxey? Now, I don't know if it's coaching. We talked about this a little on our text board. He's the only on a couple of possessions I watched. He's the only one that touched the ball and he shot. That's not how you play basketball. That's not how you play basketball. Swing that ball around. You'll get it back. Stop with just running around shooting. He did that too many times. And when he did it, he was taking bad shots. I didn't like that.
Yeah, he took
I don't like that style of basketball.
I will say
swing the ball around.
He had an up and down game. Like he was first quarter, he scored nothing. Third quarter, he had a nice third quarter. Fourth quarter, he had some big shots, but then he took some bad shots. To me, that's a lack of discipline. There's no structure to the 76ers, their team. There's no structure there. That's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing Nick Nurse, whatever he has, he just let them do whatever they want to do. But the Knicks been struggling lately themselves. It's not like they've been winning a bunch of games. They've been struggling. But tonight they came in, they handled business on the road. They beat a depleted team, but they still beat us.
We reeling too. What are we like 9-11? 9 losses in the last 11 games or something crazy like that, or 10 or 8-10. Joel Embiid missed like 6-7 straight games with a twisted ankle.
Yeah. But we can't let the Knicks though. I understand.
Yeah, they took over. They took over.
They keep taking over the Wells Fargo's, and they did it last year in the playoffs, though. That's the thing. It's not like it just happened because we down this year. Last year in the playoffs, I thought it was a home game for them, and it happened again. This is not Philadelphia.
Hold on, let me ask you: you think it's Knicks fans coming down, or Knicks fans that live here going to the game?
It's the Knicks fans coming down. They
coming down.
Yeah. Well, we don't got a lot of Knicks fans in the city like that. Oh
I don't
man,
know. You do got a lot of New York people moving here though, because it's a little cheaper than New
it's a
York.
little cheaper, yeah. But they was here and they took over. They was chanting MVP to the boy Brunson like he
I
was at the
seen that.
Garden.
That was sick. I'm glad I wasn't there. That'll make you want to start a riot.
It was disrespectful. But the Knicks are not a bad team. They're not a bad team. It's not hard to hate them. Josh Hart is a dog, man. He's a perfect complimentary player.
We still getting killed on rebounds. He's a good complimentary player. We ain't have Caleb Martin either. Now I don't know what's up with him. He ain't been playing well either. But the Paul George thing is definitely a problem. The way Paul George is playing, he's so inconsistent. He's so up and down.
Oh yeah. The boy Josh Hart is only 6'4". He has 17 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, he kills us with that. Kills us. Caleb Martin was supposed to be our Josh Hart stopper, but he didn't play.
Yeah, he's been hurt for a while, so we need somebody.
I like the boy. What's the dude that came in? I like Bona. He gives a little energy. He hustles. He tries to block shots. I like him for a couple minute stretch. I do like him. Listen, if I'm the Sixers, what I'm doing is I'm getting these young bulls some burn.
Yeah.
I'm developing my young talent, man. I'm not worried about this season. I'm not trying to make the play in. Develop this young talent. Give Paul George his days off to do his podcast, whatever you want to do. And you know what I mean? Listen, you need day have to do that podcast, or you feel a little tired. All right, go ahead, do your podcast. Don't play tonight. You know what I mean? Even Maxey, give him his days off here and there, you know, and go get a draft pick. Come back next year, restock.
The minutes that we get from Paul George, they just like hollow points. They don't really mean nothing. I'm looking at the stat line. It don't look terrible. He made a couple
fourth quarter baskets though. Made a couple tough fourth quarter baskets.
He had 26 points. But he doesn't move the needle for us to make us take us to the next level. He's not like Shaq came on our team and now all of a sudden now we are a championship caliber team. That's not him.
That's what you were screaming when we first got him.
That's what I was hoping that he would be.
That's what you were screaming when we first. I told you this dude is 34. What did he ever do? What did he do? Listen, this is my thing about Paul George. He played with Kawhi. Didn't make it to the chip. Who else he played with? Who was he playing with? Okay, Westbrook.
Okay, so yeah, Westbrook and a bunch of young boys on that squad. He just want that bag. All he cares about the money.
What has he done? He already played with a superstar in Kawhi. What has he done to people for people to think he's that piece to take us to the next level? What has he done?
Nothing.
Tell me, what has he done? Somebody tell me, what has he done?
Yeah, he's very, very.
What has you done, Maxey?
No, Paul George, and it's like people to be. I don't know why. And I warned y'all about this when Paul George first came here. Everybody was all, we can go to Paul George, take us a chip. Tim, Daryl Morey, Wayne, all y'all boys were screaming. And I told y'all, listen, dude is 34 years old. What has he done to make you think? He played with a great player in Kawhi? They couldn't get nowhere. They was up 3-1 and lost. Playoff P is in. He comes every year. Playoff P shows up every year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What do y'all? What was y'all watching to make y'all think this dude was it? I ain't see him come through since he was in Indiana and he made a couple baskets against LeBron. Then all of a sudden after he did that, he was next one up and he ain't did nothing since.
Yep.
He's a nice little player, but to put all that pressure on him, so he could do this, he could do that. He's not doing that. Yeah. He's not doing that. And he definitely ain't doing it now. 34. His game ain't getting better. He ain't getting in better shape.
But I mean, he gave us 26 points. My thing is, it's just it was a solid night, but it wasn't a superstar night. Like he can't put us on our back. We can't get on his back.
No, and Maxey takes the worst shots sometimes too. Where's our coaching at? Maxey needs to be coached up a little more too.
I told you
Maxey needs to be coached up a little more. He takes the worst shots sometimes. The worst shots.
I mean, that is.
I've been telling y'all that since last year. Maxey takes a lot of bad shots.
That is coaching fault. I do think some of that needs to be drilled into Maxey's head, coaching. But I tonight ain't the night to necessarily get on Maxey. He really helped wield us into that overtime from his defense, from his offense. He won the game, lost the game, and then tried to win the game, but then eventually we lost the game in overtime. But Maxey was balling. Like Maxey was, despite some bad plays he had down the stretch, he had more big time plays than bad plays. It was a point in the game when him and Brunson was going shot for shot. Yeah, I mean, tit for tat, mano a mano. And Maxey won because he willed us down, him and Paul George, at least at one point. We was down, 16, 18 points, something like that. They willed us back in the game through offense, through defense. I do agree that Maxey sometimes that shot, it was possible that if we'd have played this game correctly, we would have won this game in regulation. It shouldn't even win the overtime. It was at the point I think the game was tied at like 89, and Maxey came down and kind of very early in the shot clock jacked up a 3, and I was like, that's coaching to me. That you got to be able to tell your players, it's a tie ball game with a chance to take the lead. Why are you jacking a 3? Yep. This is the moment to settle in and take the most high percentage shot you could find on a basketball court right now. You just came back from all these points down. You expended all this energy. Don't take a shot that's a low percentage shot for real. And that's exactly what you did. Ultimately, though, we was able to get back into the game and get into overtime. But a game like that, overtime is your worst enemy because you already used so much energy getting back. Now you're going to overtime, chances are you're going to lose, and that's exactly what happened.
They did it. Why do you think Karl Anthony Towns changed his jersey at the half? You think the fans would get on him?
What jersey did he have on?
Fans are probably getting on him.
He had his Eagles shirt on. And then he came in, and then after the game, during the halftime, he came back with a Knicks shirt on.
I gotta address 2 things. One,
Knicks fans, they check Instagram and all that during all their social media during halftime. So he probably went on halftime, looked it up, and they was probably hating on him, and so he changed it back.
Oh yeah, that might be it.
That's what
2 things. One, all Sixers fans wasn't excited when we signed Paul George. You had a couple. If you was listening to this, you would know the real. He said you don't max out a 34-year-old player. Why do you think the Clippers didn't do it?
That was dumb.
Don't max out a 34-year-old player. That's not smart. And 2, I'm still. What do you mean? We talk about goal right, trade Embiid. Embiid doesn't play. He doesn't play. So what do we talk? Why do we keep throwing this Embiid stuff? He don't play. What do you want? What do you want everybody to do? I'm tired of y'all talking about. Yeah, y'all want to trade Embiid and make Maxey them. Embiid doesn't play.
Be wise. Thanks for the $4.99. Thanks for the super chat.
He's not even. Where is he at? He wasn't even at the game.
It ain't no consolation. There's no consolation for the fact that they Eagles fans. They should be Sixers fans and playing for the 76ers. And actually, in case you didn't realize it, there's another what you call a Sixers fan, an Eagles fan too, Bridges. So I got 3 players that are Eagles fans on your squad, but it don't matter. They're Knicks.
Yeah, that's facts. I agree with that. Shout out Bernard McCoy. He said, fellas, I know Maxey can't shoot this year, but the reason we can't win without Embiid is rebounding is killing us. Yeah, this game, for some reason, and I heard y'all talking about before I jumped on, the boy Josh Hart, I don't know what it is when it comes to us, but he turns to Dikembe Mutombo. Like, he turned to Dennis Rodman. He can't miss a rebound. He
grows an extra foot or something.
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy the talent level, rebounding-wise, anyway, that he goes to every time he plays against us, man. It's insane, but I do agree with you. We also missing. So you got MOTZ. He keep coming here talking about BBB, but we still missing a lot of people. We don't have a center right now, like a legitimate center. We got Yabusele, who's 6'7", 6'8", trying to play center. He might be 6'8.5" with his afro when he got his hair out.
Yeah,
like you got this dude trying to play center. Of course, we going to suffer from rebounding and defense down low in the middle and all that. And B's presence defensively. His body does bring a defensive presence, but you telling me if we were to swap Embiid right now with what's the dude name from Sacramento, since somebody who could play some defense, the white boy, I forget his name. You swap him, I guarantee. Yes, Yes, I guarantee you we would not be 0-5 right now in these last couple games. I can guarantee.
And Drummond not even playing. What's he hurt too?
That's what I said. I don't know what's up with Drummond.
He got like a toe injury or something, I think.
And where is Joel Embiid? Does he even come to games? Like, where is he? Does
He's in Cameroon right now, chilling. He don't care. He has his money.
No, seriously, where is he?
Well,
I agree, Bernard McCoy. I don't know where he's at, but all I'm saying is if we'd have had him, if we'd have had a legitimate center in here, I'm not discrediting Joel Embiid, but if you would have a legitimate center, that will greatly increase your chances of winning because it will give you rebounds and it will give you defense. So it ain't just about Joel Embiid not being there. It's about a center, a legitimate starting center not being in the game. I guarantee you we would not be on 5. If we'd have had, even like somebody said, Bam in the comments, if we'd have had somebody like that, for real, we probably beat the Knicks tonight. But stuff like that ultimately calls you the game when you don't have all your starting pieces playing. So, Joel, man, I know you a fanboy MOTC for Joel, but that dude, man, he the disappointing, man. He fallen very, very far out of favor with a lot of Sixers fans, man. I ran to a dude in the store the other day, and the first thing he started doing was hating on Joel. I can't stand it to get him out of here and trade him. That's how people starting to feel because he ain't holding up to his end of the bargain. Every time you turn around, he hurt something wrong. It's always something, man.
They say 88% of the Sixer fans are disgusted with the level of play of the Sixers.
How many?
88% are disgusted with the Sixers right now. That's everybody.
With the Sixers or Joel Embiid?
Well, with the Sixers, I guess after that game they saw yesterday was with the Sixers. As far as Joel, I think the fans they realize
how many 88% you think is energy is toward Joel?
80.
I can agree with that. I'm telling you, I can agree with that, bro. I hear a lot of Joel slander lately, a lot, because mainly because he's not.
Joel don't want to play for the Sixers no more after that reporter supposedly stepped to him. Do you think he feels slighted by after that whole thing? Do you think he feels slighted by the fans and the organization when they didn't really have his back?
No, I think it's a loser mentality. Remember, he came in the preseason before anything happened, and he said, I won't be playing back-to-back games no more for the rest of my career. So that's an average. He's basically saying, I'm only going to be playing 60 games a year from here on out. That's what he told everybody. I don't know if y'all was listening. Yeah. I don't know if he was listening, but that's what he was saying. He told everybody what he planned on doing. And that's what's happening.
But I agree with you. And you got people in the comment section saying, MOTC in particular, saying Joel Embiid wants out. This is not a way you actually go out. You not playing because of injuries and now you kind of doing the whole not Moby B thing, but you not even producing as to the level that we know you can play when you're in there. You're very up and down when you're in there. So what makes you think now that your stock or your capital is on the rise at this point? Like, you making it worse for yourself. Even if you did one out, the last time we saw you, you was only okay at best.
Yeah.
Like that. So I mean, if I'm an organization, I'm supposed to throw the farm at you now? I'm supposed to trade all these players to bring you into my organization when you barely even play, and then when you do play, you don't look like you even at the top of your game no more. You look like you could barely move. You injured at the slightest touch, apparently. And you talking about you not playing back-to-backs. You haven't played a back-to-back all year. And now you're talking about possibly not even playing 50 to 60 games. So what am I supposed to invest in that? What am I supposed to invest in? I don't even know. Even if I'm a team on the cuffs, what am I going to take away from my team to bring you in for you to possibly be there for the playoffs? Like, nah, that's not even a way to go out. I don't even think that's his game plan. I don't even think he has no game plan at this point.
He don't. Joel Embiid is untradeable though, because any organization that takes
words will not take him. Words will not take him. I'm telling you.
Any organization that takes Joel Embiid, unless you get him for dirt cheap, he's almost like the cornerstone of your offense or your team, because what he brings. when he plays at a high level, if he can even do that anymore. But I honestly don't think any team doctor will okay the trade. Remember, Sixers had to get 6 doctors to come in here and look at Joel Embiid in order for them to give him a contract. I don't think it's a team doctor that will say, yo, this dude can last another 3-4 years and left for this contract. I don't think it. I think Joel Embiid is untradeable. He know his knee is degenerative, whatever. He know he got issues, and he got his money, and he riding it out. So
I'm thinking his management team must have came to the 76ers like, Joel wants a new deal. So he went in there like, I want a new deal. He had 2 years remaining on his contract, but he said Joel must have been like, I'm not coming. He must have been trying to hold out, but you already doing. It's just a holdout, another form of a holdout. But he must have came into the Sixers like, give me a new deal. And they had to go through the doctors back and forth, and they approved a new deal for him. Now he's making an extra $200 million on top of the on top of the $100 million that they already owed him. And so here we are.
I see a lot of people saying, not a lot. I see a couple people trying to make an argument for why Joel Embiid can be traded. Who's taking Joel? Ethan just mentioned his injury history, his health history, his performance now as of late, his mindset not to play back-to-backs, his mindset not to play more than 50 to 60 games a year. Who's trading for this, and what are you getting? If you do trade Joel Embiid, you're getting bottom market prices. Bottom of the barrel. This is what you're getting. You're not getting if let's say, for instance, Golden State said, let's trade for Joel Embiid. What do you think Golden State is going to give him for you? You think they're going to give him Kuminga? You think they're going to give him Wiggins? Like, you're going to have to come in here. You're going to have to take Alvarado in what's the other boy they got? Pajemski. You're going to take some. It's going to be a Barkley Suns type of deal. Would you get Hornacek and Tim Perry back? Like, you're going to get something like that. You're not getting no top-tier talent from no team right now. This is why Ethan's saying he's untradeable, because you paid him too much. He's too valuable to your franchise now for you to just give him away for peanuts. Come on. Who's really giving what you expect to get for Joel? Somebody propose to me any type of realistic scenario or trade that you're going to get for Joel Embiid at this point, outside of some scraps. You're not getting no first-round pick. You're not even getting, if you get a second, it's going to be a low second, and it'll probably be one pushed off to like 2030. Come on, man. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's nothing out there, bro.
We did trade for Bynum. We did. we did trade for Bynum. Somebody said we did. That was a dumb one. Who did the GM?
When does it be? Remember,
Bynum only had 1 year left on his deal, though, right?
Yeah.
And B got how many?
4, right? 3 or 4.
Yeah, how many got left, Tim? What's the math?
He
just signed.
So that's my point. X-Men it's about getting off the contract. Okay, who's going to get onto the contract? Who's getting onto a 4-year deal with Joel Embiid with the degenerative knees? Who's getting onto that? Come on, man. Stop.
No, Phil, I don't want to rebuild. My idea is to tank for the season. I don't rebuild. I want to tank and see if we get a top 3 pick.
I would trade Karl Anthony Towns for Joel Embiid. Would y'all do it?
They not giving you him.
Karl Anthony Towns straight up for Joel Embiid.
Why would they do that? Why would the Knicks do that?
They definitely not doing that. MOTC talk about go back and watch last year's highlight. What does last year have to do with being completely degenerative knees this year? What does that have to do with anything? Go back and watch last year for what? Can I reverse time and put him and bring that same Embiid to 2 years from now? Can I bring that same Embiid into this year? Come on, that don't even make no sense. I don't care about looking back at last year. That means absolutely nothing when you talk about a dude whose knees is shot, who don't even really want to play no more, who said he's not playing anymore like that. Come on, man. And it's still on a big contract. Stop. He's untradeable, bro. There's no market for Joel Embiid. I promise you that.
Karl Anthony Towns. The boy Leon Rose, who's the general manager of the New York Knicks.
No, you're Tim. Stop with this fantasy.
He used to be Joel's manager. He was Joel's old manager before he took the job.
The Knicks don't want Joel.
Listen, the best thing that we could do from here on out is hope Joel can give us at least the 30 to 40 games in the regular season.
That's a shame.
And get decently healthy if we're looking to do anything in the playoffs. If we get there, this is the best scenario that we got. If we want to think about at least some type of serious or halfway serious run in the playoffs, we got
to give up the ball. Then we got to give up Paul George. Then
I wish somebody would take him. You might have a biter for him.
There's a significant problem at the point guard position. We need a point guard.
I've been saying this for a long time with Maxey.
So if we can get a tall point guard next to Maxey, the only thing that's of value that's probably tradable is Paul George, and he got a ridiculous contract himself. But people might still find him favorable in their eyes for their team.
But okay, so what point guard do you think is available out there for us to advance in the playoffs, like to make a serious run? Who we got?
I like DeJounte Murray. I think we should still try to see what New Orleans ain't winning nothing.
Did Paul George got a no trade clause in his contract? Don't he got that?
He didn't need he wanted the no trade clause with the 3-year deal, but he got a 4-year deal with the Sixers.
All right. He is. Charlie M. George actually is starting to look better. I do agree with Tim, though. We got to do something to get a point guard in here. I agree. I've been saying that about Maxey since, 2021, 22? I said that about Maxey from the rip. I think I always thought he was more of a scoring guard, not a facilitator. He can facilitate, so don't take my words out of context. But it's a very hard task to ask somebody to give you 25 to 30 points and still give you 8 to 10 assists a game. That's a very hard, consistent ask, especially for a younger player. Maxey is a scoring guard, and I think you need to get somebody in here so he can play off the ball. I agree with that. Now, is it possible? Is there somebody out there who we can get without doing this a necessary colossal trade?
Harden.
What's happening to Harden in LA that he want to leave? Harden ain't coming back here.
No, he ain't coming. Not with Morris here.
I agree with that too. I want Lonzo. He made $21 million too much. Lonzo, could we make Lonzo work?
Lonzo, he stays hurt too. Them balls got that weak gene with their mom.
What about somebody said Keon Ellis from Sacramento? I don't know too much about him, to be honest with you. What's he looking like right now?
Who?
Leo, I actually like that.
Let me see what he's looking like. Let me pull his stats up.
CJ McCollum and DeJounte Murray for Paul George. I do that in a heartbeat. Because we get the shooting.
CJ and DeJounte. I like CJ. Are you getting all that for PG though? And what else?
It don't matter what else. As long as it's not Maxey and Embiid, we good.
Some draft picks,
you think,
maybe.
I know the Bulls are talking about trading Lonzo. That's because the Bull what's the name is playing better. Think they give up Kobe White? And he a 6'5" guard.
I mean that y'all got PG. D Marcus said y'all got PG overrated. That's what I will be shocked if you could trade those two players for Paul George. That'll blow my mind.
What two players?
CJ McCullough and who else? DeJounte Murray. That
what? Who said that? Tim said that, didn't he?
That's what somebody said in the chat. Tim posted it and started agreeing with it. I don't think that's even.
I would love it. It won't happen.
I don't think that's feasible by any stretch of the imagination.
Phil won't have the pieces to match White or Lonzo's salary. Bulls not trading Kobe White. And listen, I thought out. You don't think they're trading Kobe? Oh, I know he a young up and coming player, but maybe they'll take Bede for him. Help destroy their team.
And yeah, maybe y'all think Bede is so valuable. Maybe you could trade Bede over to New Orleans. Maybe you could get CJ and DeJounte for Joel Embiid.
Listen, if y'all think the Sixers, if the Sixers thought they could trade Joel, would they trade him?
Take Zion for Joel. You almost
they both the same.
I still take Zion.
I might take
We
Zion.
got a boy that don't care.
But the thing is, this is what irritates about the Sixers. You hear nothing about what's going on with Joel Embiid. Like, he's not at the games. So this makes me feel like it's something else going on behind the scenes. When the last time anybody seen Joel Embiid? Was he at practice? Did you hear Joel Embiid practicing? I don't hear none of this.
He practiced last week with him.
Last week? It's almost the end of this week.
I was saying Nick Nurse thought he was ready to play. Nick Nurse was like, okay, he probably played. And he was like, I'm not playing. So after the practice, he thought he was going to play. But that fake fall he did on Christmas Day.
The Christmas Day.
The ball. Okay,
Did he play after that or no?
Yeah, he played after that. Keon Ellis actually is pretty nice. He actually got very good defense. 6'3" guard. I know who he is. I remember, I think I was on here one time when I was talking with somebody. He plucked the mess out of Steph Curry. Good time coming down. Somebody was talking about it. He actually had a very good defensive game altogether against Steph. He actually pretty nice. He active. He got some length on him. I got to go into I'm not sure what his, all his percentages are and all that kind of stuff like that. But he actually all right. He actually all right. He did. Actually, man, he did. He played great against Steph in the play, and that's the game I'm talking about.
What's your thoughts about the Sixers remaining in South Philly instead of going outside?
They got him listed as a shooting guard, though, not as a point guard. But go ahead.
I'd rather them stay where they at, man. That going downtown would have been too crazy. That would have been crazy.
I would like to see what it looked like.
Imagine it. You can always imagine it.
The Garden. I mean, look at the Garden. The Garden is in the middle of downtown.
I don't care.
I am very disappointed that McCain got hurt this year because Maxey McCain backcourt was looking really, really, really promising
early on, but it started looking kind of shaky towards the end before he got hurt.
He bounced back. Remember McCain bounced. You hating on McCain a little bit?
Yeah, he bounced back. He bounced back.
He was bouncing on TikTok. That's about it.
Okay. Now you gonna say, don't make me have to go for the truth serum and pull the stats up because the last couple of games he actually played pretty well before he got hurt again. I'll pull it up. But I'm glad
he actually played the whole game. He was hurt. He played the whole game.
Lil Z would have been starting by this time now. He'd have been starting. He definitely would have been starting.
No,
I don't know if Lil Z started though because that's a small backcourt. That's a small backcourt.
It is.
Yeah. So is Garland and Mitchell too. But I mean, regardless of that,
they got that firepower. Garland Mitchell got firepower. That's
they do.
So Lil Z and McCain and Maxey wasn't doing anything like that.
They ain't got that firepower. They got the firepower like Mitchell and Garland.
No, not to that degree. But I mean, they were still doing their thing, wasn't they? I mean, what was McCain averaging this year?
I think Maxey took a step back this year. Truth be told,
I said that before, even on my hair.
McCain was averaging 15 points a game. I didn't say Mac. I said y'all keep saying his game in general took a step back. It didn't. His 3-pointer is missing. He's still shooting well from two. He's shooting almost the exact same thing he shot last year. He's shooting 49.1 this year. Last year, I think he shot like 50.1. So you're talking about literally a matter of maybe a couple baskets off from two. He's not shooting well from three. That's what's hurting his stats. Even tonight, he was like 3 for 12, 3 for 9, or 3 for something? 3 for 9, I think, from three. 3 for 10 from three.
You take them. He was 2 for 9 from 3-point land.
2 for 9. So you take them 7 misses out, it completely changes. He was 40% altogether. You take them 7 misses out from three, he's around 50%.
But you can't take the misses out. I mean, he needs to take more 2-point shots then. And if he not, then the 40% is what I'm saying, which is bad.
I agree. No, I agree. I agree with that. He needs to stop shooting as many threes as he takes.
What do you mean he's regressing? And that's Nick Nurse, because Nick Nurse early on he said, wait, when Embiid comes back, what he wants to do is he wants to shoot more 3-pointers. He wants to take at least 6 to 8.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's bad. That's bad coaching.
It's horrible coaching.
That's bad coaching. I even think, honestly, I think as great as Curry is as a 3-point shooter, I think Curry should reel him in more with shooting threes. I don't think you should average 13 or 14 threes a game. That's just crazy. Now he's playing as of January. Curry's been shooting like 47% from three, so you can't necessarily argue with that all the time. But I still think you run the risk of it's several things that happen when you take too many threes. I know I've seen it MOTC. That's why I just mentioned that. It's several mistakes you run with shooting too many threes. One of them is you bail the defender out. You don't get a chance to get defenders into foul trouble. Threes don't create fouls. So when you create fouls and you get defenders in foul trouble, that backs the defense off. Now that tones down defensive aggression. So you can do more with your offense. And that also puts you in a penalty, which sends you to the line for easy baskets. So when you start taking all them threes like Maxey doing and all that, that's bad basketball, especially when you're not as good as Curry. You know what I mean? And I think Curry still at times. But Maxey definitely not even on the level of a shooter of Curry, at least at this point right now. So why are you encouraging him to shoot more threes? You should be encouraging him to attack the basket, which is his greatest asset because he's probably the fastest guard in the league when it go to attacking the basket. So why aren't you telling him to use that skill to his advantage? That don't make no sense to me. That's
so
crazy.
On January 6th, Nick Nurse said, he also said Embiid needs to focus on drives and threes, specifically 6 to 9 3-pointers a game. You want your 7'2" center to shoot 6 to 9 3-pointers a game. That's horrible coaching.
Bad, coach. I'm at to agree with Tim on the whole Doc Rivers thing. Doc Rivers better. He would never say no goofiness like that. That's crazy to me. Go ahead, Ethan.
Let me go through this Joel Embiid injury. He got injured 12/25. Look, this is why I say the Sixers, they sound like they're doing funny stuff to me. Suffers foot sprain in final minutes. Finishes. This is against Boston. He finished the game. 12/28 versus Utah. He listed as questionable. Left foot sprain. Day before game. Upgraded to available 30 minutes. He played 34 minutes. 12:30 against Portland. Listed as questionable. Left foot sprain on the injury report. Upgraded to available 30 minutes before tip-off. He played 35 minutes. January 1st. Ruled out day before game. The initial injury report on front of back-to-back. That was the back-to-back. Ruled out. Rest. No mention of left foot sprain. January 2nd. Now he's questionable with left foot sprain. Upgraded to available 30 minutes. Then he played 30 minutes. That's January 2nd. Now January 4th, he played again. He played against Brooklyn. Then Phoenix, left foot sprain. He didn't play. Embiid's day-to-day, nothing major. And he ain't played since then. This is what I don't get.
Yeah.
He played 3 or 4 games
afterwards.
Yep. Now he's no show with this left foot sprain.
This team, to me, honestly, this team is better, is worse off because Nurse is talking goofy stuff. That to me is mind-boggling. And Sergeant Bass, I agree with you right now, but I think we mainly cheat.
Look at this. Hold on. I think that this is where I think it gets interesting.
Give it up, Ethan.
This is what I think is interesting.
What information are you trying to what are you trying to uncloak right now?
Against Washington, Nick Nurse said Joel Embiid did not participate in practice the day before the game. He was ruled out in the injury report. That was against Washington. Against New Orleans, Nick Nurse again said Joel Embiid didn't practice. Ruled out again on the injury report. Nick Nurse says Embiid's left foot sprain has been aggravated, but is still day-to-day. Is Nick Nurse and Joel Embiid going through something? Is Nick Nurse saying Joel Embiid ain't practicing, so he ain't playing? Is Joel Embiid back to his old tricks?
Yeah.
Phil saying the sprain got worse. Other people saying we tanking.
I'm Matt Locke. Remember Maxey came in and exploded on Joel Embiid for not practicing, coming to work late, not showing up, calling out. So Nick Nurse might be on him too now. Yo, you're not practicing, you're not playing.
That meant nothing. Joel didn't even care. They called him out. He was like, I don't care. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, look, credit to the Knicks for playing some good basketball. Credit to Brunson. Brunson's a baller. He showed us last year that he's a PTP player. You know what I mean? Prime time. He dropped, 38 tonight? 38, 5 and 4 he had on us. Shot 63% from the field. He was 14 for 22, 3 for 6 from the field, 50%. This is what Maxey needs to learn to do. Stop chucking so many threes. Even though Mikal Bridges was 5 for 10, he couldn't miss 50%. But Maxey does need to.
That was a bad trade, remember? Remember everybody was killing Mikal Bridges at the beginning of the year, how bad the trade was and all this other stuff.
Yeah, we kept. I was firm in believing that Mikel's the baller. I know we had a couple people on here hating on him, not thinking that it was who was that the Nets fan who come here. What's his name? He was hating on him, saying that he wasn't that good and all that. I always believed in Mikal Bridges. I thought we should never trade him on draft day, but here we are. Knicks got a nice squad. I mean, it was a valiant effort against the number 3 team. I think the Knicks is number 3 or number 4 right now, ranked in the NBA or in the East. So it was a valiant effort against a strong team, but ultimately we came up short. Brunson outballed us. Mikal came up big. Anunoby played decent, 17. Josh Hart was 17 rebounds. That's insane.
Yeah.
And they got, some good production off the bench from McBride and all them boys coming up big. So that was our undoing. We tried. Maxey tried to do, do a little superhero act in the beginning to try to get us, back in the game and all that. But too little, too late. Once overtime came, I knew it was over. We ain't have enough gas. We fought too hard to get back into the game. Overtime, we was cooked.
Yeah.
We was cooked.
Yeah, well.
What y'all think about the Eagles this weekend? Eagles.
We'll see y'all Sunday.
We'll see. Yeah, Sunday. Do we got any more games this week? The Sixers?
I don't know. Who cares?
Frustration wears its ugly head. Let me see.
Hey, Knicks fans, though, y'all supposed to have been battling Boston for the top seed in the East, but apparently the Cavs said no. Hold my drink.
Sixers play Pacers Saturday. Go ahead.
Who they play?
Go ahead, Tim. What were you saying? They play the Pacers.
Oh, the Pacers. We
the
could get
Sixers,
that.
though, the whole organization is so frustrating. The Sixers have a terrible organization, man.
It's not Friday. It's Saturday. Do you play Friday? I don't think you play Friday. I didn't see it's Friday.
I don't know if you blame the player or the organization. Who gets blamed more?
No, that's Saturday. We play Robert. That's Saturday. We play the Pacers.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I like our chances against the Rams. I know they're going through it as a whole. They've been doing a lot of traveling, zigzagging across the country is kind of hard to do.
Tell them come on over here. Come on, come get some of this.
Then they got them LA Fires and everything, so
I tell you what,
gonna be motivated.
Listen, I tell New York, there's ain't nobody taking over the link. You believe that?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all can take over Wells Fargo and all this stuff. You not taking over the link. Don't come here with New York. Don't come no Eagles game with that nonsense.
I do.
It ain't gonna end well.
It's a reputation that Philadelphia fans have, and we have one of the worst reputations around the NFL for being one of the worst fan bases, nasty, fight you, say anything to you. I'm not a proponent of going overboard when it comes to, fandom and all that kind of stuff like that. But I do like the fact it keeps a lot of the scum out of the stadium. It keeps a lot of the extraness out of from people trying to come in there and take over. A lot of people don't want to come to Philly because they've been harassed so viciously. They like, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. So it do keep a lot of that down. So, I mean, y'all know I was at the game last week. It was popping. It was only a few Packers fans here or there. For the most part, it was Eagle down throughout the whole thing. It was a beautiful sight to see. And it'll probably be the same way again this week. I do think the game is actually, they saying this game is going to be cold and possible snow going. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like a State Mountain game to me.
Y'all better bundle up.
Yeah.
Easy. All right, y'all. So like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're going to catch y'all on our next podcast.